They keep talking about some and want to know about the shootings, but she dead. Like that's the part that's she's dead. Somebody shot her. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody shot her.
That was Frenica Craig's cousin speaking with Fox 10 News after 5 of the 6 suspects arrested in the deadly Sage Park shooting were denied bond under Aniah's law. Now, the hearing lasted more than 3 hours, and we heard testimony from 2 witnesses with Mobile Police, including a homicide detective and an officer with criminal gang intelligence. Our Ariel Mallory live outside the courtroom. And Ariel, break this down for us.
Yeah, Cameron, we actually just left the courtroom a few minutes ago. As you just mentioned, this was a very lengthy Aniah's law hearing. And as you said, that all 5 of those 6 suspects that have been arrested in connection to this deadly shooting at Sage Park are going to be held without bond. Now, we do want to break down some of what we heard. It is a lot of information, but we do just want to touch on some of the main points of what came out of court today and take you to some of that video from inside the courtroom. Now, those 5 suspects included Ladarius Moore, Rodriguez Holyfield, Jaquinton Brantley, a 16-year-old juvenile who we cannot name, and Michael Kimbrough. Now, they are all charged with the murder and assault of Frenica Craig. She was an innocent bystander at Sage Park when shots rang out at the basketball court last month. And the detectives that you mentioned, Cameron, it was a homicide detective, and it was also an expert detective with a criminal gang history. They broke down some of what may have led up to this shooting, and from what testimony said, this was a gang-related shooting. There were 2 gangs that the testimony pointed to, was an ESPN gang and a gang called Mama Gang, and they testified that when these 2 gangs came in contact with each other at the basketball court that night, shots rang out. Now, during testimony today, we actually learned that Jaquinton Brantley was one of the first people to pull out a weapon involved in this shooting. That was according to the detective's testimony, that witnesses claimed that Brantley was one of the first people to pull out a gun. Now, we asked how many shots were fired, but District Attorney Keith Blackwood was unable to say how many shots were fired and who shot Miss Frenica Craig, but he said that it was multiple shots with multiple different firearms. And in fact, we also learned during testimony that one of the guns was just found last week. So that tells you that investigators are still uncovering weapons in connection to this shooting. Now, there was a lot of testimony as well that we had the opportunity to hear with some of the affiliations with who was in each gang, but we got the opportunity to speak with the victim's cousin, who says she didn't feel that that mattered. She says her family was not affiliated with gangs, that Frenica had nothing to do with that. She was just out at the basketball courts. She was having a good time when she was an innocent bystander that was shot, as well as another male victim who was shot as well. And she says she just wants justice for her cousin because she says that she got caught up in something that had nothing to do with her. Take a listen at what she had to say.
I love you, and we reaching for justice. We're going to get justice. We're going to get peace. Long live Frenica.
So during testimony, we were unable to learn who fired the first shot. We did ask that question, but they weren't able to answer that at this time. So we are going to be breaking down more again of that lengthy testimony that came out of court today. But the main thing was that 5 of those 6 suspects are going to be held without bond. Now, the 6th suspect, Quintarius Parker, he's still in Ohio right now, where he was arrested by U.S. Marshals, where he will be extradited back to Mobile. So right now, reporting live from Government Plaza, Ariel Mallory, Fox 10 News.